Alright, let's make some sample scrapers in Data Toolbar. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this link and copy it. The way that you get to this, just if you didn't know, is you hit the Start button, you type in Data Toolbar for Chrome and Firefox. Let's go ahead and paste the URL in. And we're going to go ahead and start capturing the data. So we're going to hit the little arrow button, hit Start Data Toolbar. I'm going to choose, this is a subject, it's also a link. This is a solicitation number. All I'm doing is clicking on them. This is an open date, this is a close date. And just to see if it works, I'm just going to hit Get Data real quick, make sure it works. And that looks nice and clean, so I'll hit back and I'm going to go ahead and name these. So this becomes subject, URL, cell number, open date, and close date. Now as you can see, the URL is not a URL, so I hit this little page, it looks like, it says Edit Element Properties. I choose link from the drop down. You see it turned into a link. I hit done and that scraper is completed. So I go back to Excel. I grab the name of the scraper, copy it. I go back into Data Toolbar. I hit Project Properties, which is down right by Get Data. And I've already gone into this directory, but you can go into any directory you want. It remembers what the directory is. I just pasted it and hit enter. I go to the output file, it's going to go to the same place. I paste it and hit enter. Now what's going to happen is when you finish these, I'm going to do a search and replace, and I'm going to make sure that the directory gets changed to the directory that I scan. So I just need to know where you put your project and output files. This is how I do it on my own machine. If you're doing it on the scraper PC, I already have the columns. It's called scraperfilename and outputfilename, and you just copy them and paste them into their respective project file and output files, and you're done. Hit done, so that's the first scraper. Go ahead and shut that down. Let's go into Excel and update that with the status of done. So we're going to do this Philadelphia one next, Philadelphia School District. Copy it. Go back into Data Toolbar. Paste the URL in. Now you know that it's Data Toolbar 1 as you see this little arrow on the right hand side, but you also see it says Chrome is controlled by automated desk software. So as we scroll down, here is a listing of solicitations. So let's go ahead and start our scrape. And let's go ahead and choose the fields. So this is an open date, this is a close date, this is a solicitation number, this is a description or a subject, and that's it. And I don't see any... and this looks like this is a link. If you go down and you look, these are links. So I'll click the link and that gives me the URL. So this is going to become open date, close date, cell number, subject, and then this is the link. I hit the little page and hit link, and you can see there's the link. And I've got to call this URL. I just went to the top. That's field name. You can do it there, or you can do it right here, either way. Now I'm going to hit Get Data, and let's see if it works. Okay. And as you can see by looking at this, this doesn't appear to... This does not appear to function. Interesting. It is actually capturing it correctly. I think I'm going to have to put some logic in to handle this. Basically, to where I get these odd rows where you don't get where you get a blank subject, but you get a solicitation number or that sort of thing, and eliminate those rows. I'm going to go ahead and build that into the scraper. This is not a valid scrape. I would not want this saved. So just cancel it. Go into Excel and mark it as a problem scrape so I can take a look at it myself and find out what's going on. So let's go ahead and just do another one. And that's what I want to happen. Every once in a while it's not going to come out nice and clean. If it doesn't come out clean, I want you to mark it as a problem. So we're going to go ahead and go back to Data Toolbar, paste this in. Now open and close dates, it's okay for those to be blank, but the solicitation number and subject fields must be filled in. So let's do the next one. Start Data Toolbar. And I'll just kind of move this over. We got a solicitation number, a title, which is the subject, an open date, and a close date. And then it looks like this is an actually view solicitation link, so let's grab the link. Now there is a difference, as you notice how it highlights a link versus the entire cell. When you're doing a subject, do the entire, or a solicitation number, do the entire cell. Same with open and close dates if you can, not the individual link. It throws off Data Toolbar for some reason, but if we just want the link, we'll choose specifically the link. We're going to go ahead and type this in. This is cell number, subject. This looks like a open date, a close date. This is the URL, and then we're going to use this little page and scroll down the link, and now we have a nice valid link. We hit done, and let's take a look at it, see if we've got what we need. And that looks like that works just fine. So I'll go into project properties, go back to Excel, and this looks like, just to make sure, the P&L. See, you notice the start URL is right here, so I can make sure just in case I lose my way. And this is the Pacific Northwest scraper, so let's grab that. And paste that in. And paste that in. Now the defaults that it creates in these two are not right. It makes up its own names, that sort of thing. You have to use the 3 dots. Go ahead and hit done. We can close that off, go in and update that as done, and let's go ahead and do another one. I know this is kind of repetitive, but it'll give you an idea how it works. So let's go ahead and go here, paste in the URL. And it looks like there's only one project, but Data Toolbar is pretty smart. If other ones show up like this, it should pick it up. So we're going to go ahead and hit Start Data Toolbar. And that's the subject. That is also the solicitation number. That looks like a close date. This looks like a link. This looks like a pre-bid. A lot of times is, I also call that open date. And then here's a contact for the first time. So let's go ahead and fill these in. This is a subject. This is a sol number as well. This is a close date. This is a link, so we're going to call this URL. And then I'm going to go to the little page and I'm going to scroll down a link. That's a link. This is the open date. And then this is a field we've never seen before called contact. Hit the enter key and go ahead and get data. And that looks nice and clean, exactly what we want. Choose project properties, go back here to to my Excel worksheet. This is the name of it, so grab it, choose the triple dots, paste it in, hit enter, paste it in and hit enter. It automatically adds the extension, and we're done with that scraper.